Out of my sight, you papist brat, spawn of Satan. Spying on me. They set her to it. Spying to watch me. Spying to see what they'll never know. It's tied strong. Strong as death. Ha 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 ha. They'll see then. They'll see. Woe unto us, for the day goeth away, for the shadows of the evening are stretched out. Spying on me, spawn of the pit. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Pa! Pa! You're not forgetting what the doctor told you when he was here last, are you? He said you was to keep still and not go walking around. Come on back to the house, Pa. It's getting near supper time and you gotta take your medicine before it, like he says.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will visit thine iniquity. O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins.
You better start taking watch on your health, Pa. Not go sneaking up to this barn anymore. Lord, as soon as my back is turned, you go sneaking off again. It's enough to drive a body out of their right mind.
Behold, everyone that uses proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter. Ha 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 ha. So is her daughter.
And if I am, I'm glad I take after her, and not you, you old wizard. Fine one you are to be shouting scripture in a body's ears all day. You, that drove Ma to her death, with your nagging, and your pinching, and your miser stinginess. If you've a mind to pray, it's down in the meadow you ought to go and kneel down by her grave, and ask God to forgive you for the meanness you've done to her all her life.
As is the mother, so is her daughter.
You quoting scripture. My Ma wasn't cold in the earth before you was down in the court courting again. Courting that harlot that was the talk of the whole town. And then you disgraced yourself and me by marrying her. Her! And bringing her back home with you. And me still going every day to put flowers on Ma's grave that you've forgotten. Between you, you would have driven me to my grave like you had Ma, if I hadn't married Pat Sweeney so I could get away and live in peace. But then you took on so high and mighty because he was a Catholic. You getting religious all in a moment just to spite me because I've left and because she egged you on against me. You saying it was a sin to marry a papist after not being at Sunday meeting yourself for more than 20 years.
He will visit thine iniquity.
And the carryings on you did in the 6 years at home after I'd left. The shame of the whole county. Your wife, indeed with the child she claimed was yours. And her going with this farmer and that, and even men off the ships in the port. And you, blind to it. And when she got sick of you and ran away, only to meet her end at the hands of God a year after, she leaves you alone with that. Your son, Luke, she called him, and him only 5 years old.
Luke? Luke?
Yes, Luke. As is the mother, so is her son. That's what you ought to preach instead of putting curses on me. You were glad enough to get me back home again, and Pat with me to tend the place and help bring up that brat of hers. You were fond enough of him all those years. And how did he pay you just when he was 16 and old enough to help. He told you to your face that he'd stolen and was leaving. He only laughed when you took crazy and cursed him. You only laughed harder when you hung up that silly rope there and told him to hang himself on it when he came home again.
You'll see then. You'll see.
I suppose I'm a bigger fool than you to be arguing with a half-witted dog. But I tell you again, that booth of yours ain't coming back. And if he does, he is not the kind to hang himself, more's the pity. He's like her. He'd hang you more likely if he suspected you had any money. So you might as well take down that ugly rope you've had tied there ever since you run off. He's probably dead anyway.
No! No!
As bad as him comes to a sudden end. Here I am arguing with your lunatic notions and the supper's not ready. Just come on and get your medicine. You can see no one's touched your old rope. Come on. You can sit and read your Bible. Don't you hear me? I hope you're not off in one of your fits where you don't know anybody. Don't you know who's talking? This is Annie. You're Annie, Paul.
Never mind, scorn of a kid.
That's what I get for trying to be kind to you, you ugly old devil.
No supper at home, man, you lazy slut. What are you blubbering about?
It's all his fault. I was trying to get him to come home again, but he's that set that I couldn't budge him. And he hit me on the arm with his cane when I got near him.
Oh, he did he? And I'll soon learn him better.
Don't touch him, Pat. He's in one of his fits and you might kill him.
And good riddance.
Papist! Pour out thy fury upon the heathen that knows thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name. For they have eaten up Jacob, and devoured him, and consumed him, and made his habitation desolate.
Spit curses at me till you choke. It's not likely the good Lord will be listening to a wicked old sinner the like of you. It's gotten into him. Be roaming up here. When I looked at the town, he looked too weak to lift a foot.
It's that same crazy notion he's had ever since Luke left. He wanted to make sure his rope was still there.
Luke will come back. Then you'll see. You'll see. Stop
that man cackling! Love of heaven! You know, it's a great laughter I should be having at you. Mad as you are. To think of that thief son of yours that come back here to hang himself on account of your curses. You know, it's 5 years he's gone now, not a sight of him. And you, cursing and calling down the wrath of God on him by day and by night. That shows you what God thinks of your curses. And him, deaf to you.
It's no use talking to him, Pat.
You know, no small doubt that Luke is hung, long since, by the police. He's come to no good on that lad. I'll be pulling that thing down so I will. The old woman will stay in the house. They will all say,
Pat, look at him. He's liable to hurt himself. Just leave it. It's not going to do any
it
harm.
looks ugly hanging here open like a mouth. Where's the child? Get her to take him out of this. I won't word with you that he'll not be here.
Mary! Mary!
Now, you have to take your grandfather back to the house and see to it that he stays there.
And give him his medicine.
Do you hear me now? Soft-minded she is, like I've always told you. And stupid. And you're not too firm in the head there yourself at times. God help you. And look at him. You know, it's the curses in the woods of your family, not mine.
You've been drinking in town and you wouldn't talk that way.
That's up out of this, you old loon, and go with Mary. She'll take you back to the house. Oh, she would you? Bad cess to you. You know, you're a treacherous one. Get out now! Yeah, Mary, take his hand. Quick now! Lead him up to the house.
Go on, Paul. Get your supper in a minute.
O Lord, thou hast seen my wrong. Judge thou my cause. Thou hast seen all their vengeance and all their imaginations against me.
Go on now, stop your cursing.
Render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands.
Shut your loud quacking. Here's your cane. Mind you, don't touch the child, or I'll beat you to jelly, old as you are.
Give them sorrow of heart. Thy curse unto them. Persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of the Lord.
Come on, Grandpa.
Oh, it's gone. Thank God. Oh, look at the snake's tongue he has in him. Come here, Annie, till I speak to you. Well, I saw him. Sure enough. Who but Dick Waller, the lawyer that I went to see, and found out what he would wish to know. Now, you said I'd been drinking, which is true, but it was all in the plan that I'd made. See, I'm ahead for a strong drink, as you know, but he hasn't. And the whiskey loosened his tongue till he told me all that he knew.
He told you about Pa's will.
He did. But for all the good it does us, we might as well be no wiser than we were before. Curse that old miser.
What did he tell you?
Well, not much at first. He's a cute one. And he'd be asking a fee to tell your own name if he could get it. Just practice. Don't dribbled away from him on account of the drink, so I let on, but I'm paying him a friendly call. Haven't known him for years. And then I asked him out to have a drop of drink. Know his weakness. And we have rashes on him. And I'm paying for it. And then I come out with him straight. I asked him about the will. Because the old man, he was crazy. On his last legs, I told him. And he was the lawyer who made out the will with Luke Eugene. And he looks at me and grins. And he was drunk by this. And then he says, well, it's no use, Pat. He gave the farm to the boy. To hell with the farm, I spoke back. Mortgage to the teeth. How about the money? The money? And he looks at me in surprise. What money? Well, the cash he has, I says. You're crazy, he says. There wasn't any cash. Only the farm. You mean to say that he made no mention of the money in his will? I asked him. He could have knocked me over with a feather. But he did not. On my oath, he says. Now, what do you make of that? The old devil.
Maybe Waller was lying.
No, he was not. You can tell by his face. He was surprised to hear me talking of money.
The $1,000 that Pa got for the mortgage before that woman ran away.
I've been slaving my hands to pay the interest on it.
What could he have done with that? He didn't spend it.
No.
It was in $20 gold pieces when he got it. Mr. Keller at the bank told me once.
Devil a penny he spent of it. You know as well as I do that if it wasn't for my sword and hammer and nailing, then he'd be in the poorhouse this minute. Or the madhouse, more likely.
Do you suppose that harlot ran away with it?
I do not. I know better. And so do you. Don't you remember the letter she wrote to him? Telling him he could support Luke and the money he gotten from the mortgage she signed him. He made the farm over there when he married her. And where do you suppose Luke got the $100 that he stole? The old loon must have the cash with him then. It's only 5 years back.
He's got it hidden someplace in the house, most likely.
Maybe you're right. I'm taking the cellar tonight when he's sleeping. He was down there a lot reciting the scripture in his fits.
What else did Waller say?
Not much. Except that we should put notices in the papers for Luke. And if he didn't come back 7 years from when he'd gone, 2 years from now, that would be, then the courts would say he was dead and give us the farm. Devil a lot of good it is to us now with no money to fix it up. And still, ruining it years ago, selling everything to buy that slut new clothes.
Don't people break wills like his in the courts?
No, always said that was no use. The old devil was playing in his full senses when he made it, and the courts cost money.
There's nothing we can do then.
No. Except wait and pray that that young thief is dead and won't come back. and try to find out where the old man has the gold hid. If he has it yet. Oh, I'd take him by the neck and I'd choke him till he told us. If it wasn't your father. Now, full we have 1,000. We could stock up this farm good, and I'd give up this dog's game. If we both work hard, with a man or two to help it in a few years, oh, we'd be rich. It was always a paying place in the old days.
Yes, yes. It was always a good farm then.
And he'll not last long in his senses, the doctor's told me. No, his next attack, it'll be very soon. And then, he'll be a real lunatic, with no legal claims to anything. If only we had the money. It would be the devil and all, if that old fool should forget where he hid it. And himself taking leave of his senses altogether? Now, say what I can. And at the end of 2 years, with good luck in the trade, maybe we'll have enough. What's that, Mary? Who's that with her? That's not him. Glory be to God! It's him!
Luke? Uncle Luke!
Sure. It's Luke. Back after 5 years of bumming around on rotten old earth and ships and things. Paid off a week ago. Had a bust up, and then took a notion to come out here. Bummed my way, and here I am. And you are, both of you, tickled to death to see me, ain't you? Like hell. Come on. Don't you even want to shake flippers with your dear, long-lost brother, Annie? And I remember you and me used to get on so fine together. Like hell.
Keep your hands to yourself.
You ain't changed, that's sure. Only you're homelier than ever. How about you, brother Pat?
I got lower myself.
You should go with that talk. I ain't so soft to lick as I was when I was a kid. And don't you forget it.
Mary, what have you got there? Give it to me this minute.
Let her alone. What's biting you? Only a silver dollar I gave her when I met her in front of the house. Well, she told me you were up here, and I gave her that as a present to buy candy with. I got it in Frisco. Cartwheels, they call them. I haven't in these parts that I've ever seen, so I brought it along with me on the voyage.
I don't know or care where you got it. I know you didn't come by it honest. Mary, get that back to him this instant. Do you hear me?
I was right when I said you ain't changed, Annie. You're as stinking mean as ever. Now quit your bawling, kid. Go out and chuck stones into the ocean, same as we used to, remember?
Do that. It's flat and it'll skip.
That's the talk, kid. That's all it's good for, to throw away. Not burying it like your miser folks would tell you. Here. You take it and throw it away. It's yours. I'm teaching your kid to be a sport, tightwad. Hope he ain't got no objections.
Mom, Uncle Luke, why should we go it?
All right. I'm going to step outside a moment and give you two a chance to get all the dirty things you're thinking about me off your chest. I'll be back to talk turkey, you see. I didn't come back here for fun. And the sooner you get that in your beans, the better.
Come on and watch me.
All right, I'm coming.
Can I throw it now? Can I?
Don't get too near the edge, kid. The water's deep down there, and you'd be a drowned rat if you slipped. Now you chuck it when I say three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I saw it. I saw a splash. Deep down now, isn't it?
Oh, you betcha it is. Now watch how far I can chuck rocks.
Speaking of the devil, and there he is. Flinging away dollars to dirty
But
things.
didn't you hear what he said? A thief like him doesn't come back to do any good. Do you suppose he knows of the farm being left to him? How could he?
Yes? I don't know. You'd best leave him to me to watch out for. Doesn't make sense that you have to hide your hate from him. You're as loony as the rest of your breed. And he needs to be blarneyed around. It's a fool. Find out what he wants. Don't pretend to make friends with a gut-roasted soul. And you, get on up to the house and break the news to the old man. Well, if he sees him suddenly, it's likely the little wits he has left to leave him. And then if he can take the farm from us tomorrow, himself turn to lunatic.
him a little bit of time until he knows.
Go on and be careful now, or we'll lose the farm this night. See, when Luke first came into it, he stood there, the noose of the rope almost touching his head. You know, I was almost
I was wishing it was around his neck, choking him. That's what I was, hanging him just like Pa says.
talking so loud. Hear him. Go on now. He's coming back.
Can I throw another? Can I?
Going back to the house? Do we get any supper? I'm hungry.
Yes.
Good work. Tell the old man I'm back and I'll see him in a while. He'll be glad to see me too. Like hell.
Let me throw another. Let me throw
There's
another.
plenty of rocks, kid. Throw them. Dollars ain't so plentiful.
No, I don't want the rocks. Let me throw another one.
Let your uncle in peace, you brat. Go, run and help your mother now. Go on, or I'll give you a good hiding.
Ahoy there. What's this?
Let bygones be bygones. I'm harboring no grudge against you these past years. You were only a lad when you ran away. Don't be blamed for it. I've taken you around a while back, and glad too, but not for her being with us. It's the devil's own tongue, as you know. She can't be forgetting those spikes doing her used to have.
So that's how the wind blows. Well, I'll take a chance at it.
Will you have a taste? It's the real stuff.
Betcha I will.
I wasn't wishing she'd have seen it, or I'd have offered you sooner.
Say, how's the old man now?
He's the same as ever. Older and uglier, maybe.
Thought he might be in the bug house by this time.
Indeed not. Frank's Fawcett be pretending that he's moody, but he has his wits with him all the time.
Is he as stingy with his coin as he used to be?
If he owned the ocean, he wouldn't give a fish a drink. But I doubt if there's any money left at all. Well, your mother got rid of it all, I think. Oh, it's only the farm. And that's mortgaged. I've been paying the interest and supporting him in his doctor's bills by the carpentry these 5 years past.
You're slow. You ought to get wise to yourself.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. What the hell? If that don't beat the Dutch, the old nut.
What?
Well, that rope. Say, has he had that hanging there ever since I skipped?
Sure. And he thinks you'll be coming home to hang yourself.
Oh, not this chicken. And you say he isn't crazy, Gene. That's too good to keep. I gotta have a drink on this. Here's how, old chum. Say, I'd almost forgotten about that. Do you remember how hot he was that day that he hung that rope up and cussed me for pinching the 100? He was standing there shaking his stick at me. I was just laughing because he looked so funny with the spit dribbling out of his mouth like he was a mad dog. When I turned around and beat it, he yelled after me. He said, "Remember, there's a rope waiting for you to hang yourself on, you bastard!" Swell chance, little slave driver. That's a hell of a fine old man for a guy to have.
Well, face it. Forget it. It's a long time past.
The rope's there yet, ain't it? And he keeps it there. But I'll get back at him all right. I'll get every cent he's got this time.
He has the sense. And I'm not wishing to discourage
Oh,
him.
he's got it. He'll watch me. You country jays ought to wake up and see what's going on. I mean, look at me. I was green as grass when I left here.
Coming around the world,
Being in cities, meeting all kinds, and keeping your two eyes open? Now that's how you learn a cute trick or two.
No doubt that you're right. Us country folk are stupid in most ways. We've no chance of learning the things a traveling lad like yourself would be known.
But you watch me and learn. So you think the old man's flat broke, do you?
I do so.
Then you're simple. That's what's simple. You're letting him kid you.
If he has any, it's well hidden. I know that. It's a sly old bird.
And I'm a sly bird. You hear that? I can beat his game anytime. You watch me.
Well, would be the craft. You want to find where he hid it? Sure enough.
You watch me. I'll find it. I bet you anything you like, I'll find it. You watch me. Just wait till he's asleep and I'll show you. Tonight.
Still coming now.
I couldn't do anything with him. When I told him that he'd come back, there was no stopping him. He was almost frothing at the mouth until I let him out. Pat, you gotta see after him. If you want any supper, I
Shut
can't.
him out. We'll look after him.
Well, see that you do. I'm going back.
Hello, old sport. I suppose you're tickled to pieces to see me. Like hell. I see he hasn't lost the old stick. Only a crack on the nut I used to get with that.
Bring forth the best robe, and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand, and shoes on his feet, and bring hither the fatted calf, and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead, and is alive again. He was lost, and is found.
Still spouting the rotten old word of God, same as ever, eh? Give us a rest with that stuff. Now, come on and shake hands like a good sport. That's the boy!
Oh, look at that. Would you? A two-faced old liar.
Say, watch this. On the level, I believe the old boy's glad to see me, is that? He looks like he's trying to grin. I've never seen him grin in my life that I can remember. Hey, cut that out! I'm all here, you needn't worry. You needn't be scared, I'm a ghost. Come on and sit down before you fall down. You ain't got your sea legs working right. Squat here for a spell and get your wind. Have a drink to my making port. It'll buck you up.
Be careful there, Lou. That might likely end it.
Oh, went down the wrong way, did it? I'll show you the way to do it. See? Smooth as silk.
Oh, he must be glad to see you, or he wouldn't have drank. He's been dead set against it these past 5 years. And he has been cursing you day and night. You can't make heads and tails of it. Look how he doesn't mean you some bad underneath there, Luke. He's crafty and pretending.
What's he after now? He's letting on he's lost his voice again. What do you want?
Luke, rope, Luke, hang.
There you are. Well, I tell you, it's to see you hang yourself he's wishing. You old fiends.
Yes, Luke, hang.
That don't beat the Dutch, the old nanny goes. All right, old sport. Anything to oblige.
Oh, have a care, Luke. I don't be fooling with it about her in your place.
All out for the big hanging of Luke Bentley by himself. Look at him, Pat. By God, he's in a hurry. Oh, all right, old man. Here goes nothing.
Luke, are you coming back?
you want to see me hang myself? I'll be damned. I thought he was only kidding. I'll fix your hash, you stinking old murderer! You wanted to see me hanging there for real, didn't you? You'd have it yourself if you could, wouldn't you? And you, my own father, you damn son of a gun! You would you? I'd smash your brains out for a nickel!
Kill him next.
Get out of here! Get out of this before I kill you, Dad!
Quit your roaring.
Take him out of here, Pat! Take him out of here before I break every bone in his body!
No, enough trouble for one night. Oh, he's gone. Thank God. Stop scurrying down to the house like a frightened hare. Thought he'd never had a kick in his legs in his life. I could hear him moaning all the way along. Murder so loony, sure enough.
Damn son of a gun.
You'd be killing him that time with the chair.
Serve him damn right if I did.
Yourself, laughing at him a minute sooner. I'm sure joking.
So I was kidding. I thought he was trying to kid me too. I saw by the way he acted, he really meant it. He's a hell of a fine old man for you.
He's a mean old slut.
Oh, and he meant it all right. You should have seen him looking at me. That's a hell of a fine old man for you, ain't he?
It's all over now. Don't be thinking about it.
Well, how can I help thinking? My own father, too. After years of bumming and starving around the rotten earth and working myself to death on ships and things. Now I come home, he tries to make me bump off. Wants to see me a corpse. My own father, too. That's a hell of a fine old man for you. Rotten skunk.
It's past and done. Forget it. Let's take a drop, all right? We'll be on into supper soon.
Thanks. I'll tell you something you can put in your pipe and smoke. It's not past and done. And it's not going to be. And I'm not going to forget it, neither. You bet your life on that, pal. And he's not going to forget it. Not if he lives a million, not by a damn sight. I'll fix his hash. I'll get even on him. The old skunk, you watch me. This very night, too.
How do you mean?
You just watch me, I tell you. I said I'd get even. I will get even. This same night. No long waits either. Say, you don't stand up for him, do you?
That's child talk. There's not a day past I've not wished him in his grave.
We'll both get even on him. You and me. And we're pals, right?
Sure.
You can have half what we get. That's the kind of guy I am. That's fair enough, right?
Surely.
I don't want to truck with this rotten farm. You can have my share of that. Oh, I'm not made to be no damn dirt puncher, not me. I'm not going to loaf around here any more than I have to. When I go this time, I'm not ever coming back. Not to punch dirt or milk cows. I want is cash. Regular coin you can spend.
Not dirt.
I want to show the gang the real time. And then ship away to sea again. Or go bumming again. I want coin you can throw away. Same as your kid. Chuck that dollar of mine overboard, remember? A real dollar, too. She's a sport, all right.
But where do you think to find his money?
Oh, don't you fret. I'll show you. You watch me. I know all his hiding places. I used to spy on him when I was a kid. Ma used to make me. I saw him many a time at his sneaking. He used to hide things from the old lady. What do you know about him, the mean skunk?
Well, that's a long time past. You don't know where he's
Oh,
going.
but I do know, see. He's got two places. One was where I swiped the 100.
Well, I'll be there then.
No. But there's the other place. He never knew I was wise to that. I would have left him clean. Only I was a kid and scared to pinch more. So we'll get even on him. You and me, and go halves. And you can start the rotten farm going again, and I'll beat it where there's some life.
Well, there's no money in that place, and what do we do to find out where it is?
You and me will make him tell.
No, don't think it. He's not telling.
Oh, say. You're simple. You watch me. I know a thing or two about making people tell what they don't want. You see this? Well, if he doesn't answer up nice and easy, we'll show. We'll get even on him, you and me, and he'll tell where it's hid. See, we'll just take this and shove it into the stove till it's red hot. Then we'll take his shoes and socks off and warm the bottoms of his feet for him. And he'll tell them anything we want him to tell.
But Annie.
Sure, we'll shove a rag in her mouth so she can't yell. That's easy.
Well, it would serve him right. He'd have those so swung. Good old miser. So long as we don't hurt him too much.
We won't hurt him. More than enough. I'll pay him back all right. You don't want no more people to be hanging themselves when I'm through with them. I'll fix his hash. Come on. Let's get to work. The sooner we start, the sooner we're rich.
Mom's haircut is ready. I already had mine. Look, Uncle Luke, I want swing.
Well, don't you dare touch that.
I want swing.
Leave it alone. It's bad, kid. Take it from me.
She'll catch a good whaling if I catch her jumping at us.
Come on, pal. To hell with supper. We got work to do first.
And you, stay here. You hear me, you brat? Till we call you, or I'll skin you alive.
Tomorrow morning, I'll give you a whole handful of those shiny bright things you chucked in the ocean, and you can be a real sport.
Give me now, Uncle Luke. Give me one.
Can't be done, kid. Tomorrow. Me and your old man are gonna get even now. We're gonna make him pay.
Don't pay sissy with your noise. You think she's no ears? Come on now. Don't be talking so much.
All right. I'm with you. We'll get even on him, you and me. Damn son of a gun.
Let's hear it for Paul!
You guys did, so.
I want to say that a lot of people went into it. I got a list. Got a list of facts because the workshop was much more than just a script and actors and a couple of props. I have to thank Lisa for giving me the leeway to work in this space and the support that she did. Steve was a tremendous help. I mean, doing the live feed tonight, but he was also a counselor, and I appreciate that. Derek, who helped me to narrow down what piece I needed to do, I wanted to do, so thank you for that. The Directors Qualification Committee, who came and not only did they observe, but they gave me pointers and help in that direction, and I've been very grateful. Kathleen, Jason, and Kathleen Main. Jack, who did a fantastic job of dropping that bag. Brianna with the lights. I mean, when we moved over here, we were on stage, and now when we moved over here, she refocused and made the lights work. Todd, thank you. And in loaning us his daughter. Every one of you guys just made it sing, and it was really a pleasure, an absolute pleasure. My wife Evelyn. She was very helpful in everything as an assistant director, as a stage manager, all of that. Janet Fenn. Some of Rich's own tools. Michael Serpy. I don't know if you noticed, there were a couple of fight scenes. And I'm really ignorant of fight scenes. And when Mike came in, and I was saying, just shake him around, throw him to the ground. And Mike said, no. Yeah. So thank you, Michael. Thank you. Megan, who did a tremendous getting on the website, getting the word out, everything. So thank you, Megan. And Kathleen Davies actually sewed James's costume last night. This was a tremendous experience, and I'm just grateful. So I want to hear one more time for these guys. on stage. Lisa.
I'm just curious, can you tell us why this piece? What that spoke to you?
Well, actually, I'm a Eugene O'Neill fan and have been since I was a kid. And when I saw the movie Long Day's Journey into Night with Jason Robards, Kathleen Hepburn, Dean Stockwell, I can't remember the other guy. It ignited something. So I went in search. I mean, I was 18, right? I went in search and I started reading everything. So I read all the major plays, and then I started reading the one-acts. And at the time, I was going to play Luke, but that never happened. But it really stuck with me. And actually, years later, there was a PBS series where they did classic pieces, and they did this piece, and I watched it. It was fascinating then too. But I mean, that was a long time ago. So when I was talking about doing the workshop, and I was thinking, I really originally wanted a piece that had a strong female character, because that's what I wanted to work with. But I couldn't find something I liked all the way through. You know, they were really good in the beginning with a shitty ending, or whatever. So I was talking to Derek, and I'm like, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And he goes, well, what do you really, feel? What do you want to do? I said, well, I really feel a connection with Eugene O'Neill. And then I said, I think the robe. Why don't you do that then? So I said, you're right, I will. So that's why I chose it. And it also fit the criteria of the time. It fit the criteria for the cast. And I thought it was kind of like a Twilight Zone episode.
So thank you for everything you said. Well, I wasn't clear on where this was set. I got that Pat is Irish. Is everyone Irish? Is it in Ireland? Or?
No.
Just him.
It's actually set in Massachusetts.
Okay.
And it's a farm on the ocean side. And we cast James as Sweeney as a second generation Irish.
Okay.
So he grew up with all of the Irish immigrants and all of that, and so he still had the lilt and all that, but he was an American.
Okay. Okay.
So it was set in Massachusetts, and I have to be honest, I really didn't think that was important to what we were doing. I didn't need, I didn't want to have them do Massachusetts accents.
No, that totally makes sense.
But we don't have cars yet.
It is set in 1918.
Okay.
Oh, I guess we do have cars.
They're shitty cars. If that's everything, thank you all very much.
That was there when I got there. I have to get the French. No? That was not a mic. Well, they already had it.